Other times, to be honest, there's a lot of DMs out there that being a dungeon master is an excuse to world build. What do I think the optimal level of world building is for DMing? I don't know. That's hard to answer for other people. For me, it's that I need to have a vague sense of what things will mean, clear enough to give people a hook or a clue or bait or whatever that I can call back later. And as long as I have some sense of that, like that's enough for me. So a good example is I was talking about these kind of schematic Sudoku puzzles that I gave my players in my session tonight. That's a good example of like a puzzle hook. Like, let's see if they engage with this, and they did. The whole party seemed to enjoy it. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to expand on that. Then I'm going to take that, and now the I think I called him a technician, the person who the artificer in the game is replacing on this pirate ship. Well, they might just find a book of those, right? Or some sort of journal where he had a bunch of those, and then if they find them and they complete them, then they can build more stuff like what this guy did, and there's going to be a story there. Like that's kind of what's rolling around in my head. I didn't build all of that until the party engaged with it, because if I put that in front of them and they, you know, are dragging their feet through it and they're like, that was hard. Whew, if I feel that like, oh, okay, that it's like it's like choosing like music at a party. It's like, okay, people aren't vibing for this, I'm gonna switch it to something this, or hey, people like that, I got more like that. It's hard to recommend the level of world building and extra work, because world building is just extra work. Like, you need to make a fun session. If the world building helps make that session more fun, do it. If it doesn't make it more fun, I guess do it if you have time. But if I run multiple games. So if I look at my week and I say I've got, let's say 10 units of time, whatever that time is, maybe it's days, maybe it's weeks, maybe it's hours, maybe it's minutes. I have 10 units of time to prep for a session. Well, I want to use as many of those minutes focused on the session as I can. World building is going to be necessary sometimes. I have to step back and go, okay, let me think about the characters. Let me think about the traits. Let me think about the region. Let me think about I need some stuff to hang everything on. But if I spend 3 units of time focused on world building, okay, I've only got 7 units of time. I'd rather the majority of my time, whatever breakdown, whatever breakdown that is, I'd rather spend the majority on the session fun and trying to make that the strongest that it can be. Because honestly, like with world building, like you're going to get lots of attempts at it, right? You're going to get lots of attempts to get players to engage with it and lots of time to flesh it out. So that'd be my answer there. Always have an outline though. Have the vaguer the better, right? Like I just ran the character prologues tonight for my seafaring campaign. I don't have a sea map for them. And I showed them that. I said, you guys are venturing out from like the furthest coastline in my world out into literal nothingness right now. There's no map there. I have to go make it. This is where you guys are right now. You're going north. But I also am realistic. Like that's not comfortable for everybody. I get the sense from talking to a lot of DMs and seeing what people say about being a DM that some people, I think, are nervous without having all the answers ahead of time. Other times, to be honest, there's a lot of DMs out there that being a dungeon master is an excuse to world build. And ultimately, a lot of these people are just like writing books the long way by also, playing a game in the midst of it all. And I guess that could be fine too, but everybody's going to have a different reason for how they approach that stuff. Yeah, we're good.